Hi, I've had a lot of people ask me questions about essential oils and horses, the Raindrop technique in particular, so I'm going to demonstrate this real quick on my horse Lakota. And I'm not going to go through the whole thing because that would take a long time, but I am going to show you the basic techniques for each area. And basically, the Raindrop uses a series of oils: oregano, thyme, basil, wintergreen, marjoram, cypress, peppermint, valor and peppermint. And you're going to put the oils along the spine, along the cornet band on all 4 feet, and on the inside of all 4 legs. And I'll show that, demonstrate kind of the technique to you. But understand that there's a variation of this that you can do based on your horse's needs. Comanche, one of our other horses, had kind of a wound on his back fetlock joint. And so I just focused on that area, and I want to make sure it didn't get infected. So I put the oils not on his cut because that would burn. Some of the oils are hot and they will burn, but all around the area and on the inside of the back leg to make sure that it prevented infection, or if there was an infection, it killed it off. And to help speed the healing process, there was some not a deep wound, but enough that the tissue needed to be repaired. So the series of oils that I mentioned are antibacterial, antiviral, antifungal. They increase the immune system. There are ones that are good for bones, ones that are good for muscles, tendons, ligaments. Know too that you can you can take some of these oils out if you don't think your horse needs them, and add oils in that you think they do need. And please listen to your instincts and your intuition, and listen to your horse. The two of you together are a team, and together you can communicate and know what they need to best help them. The reasons you might want to use Raindrop would be to increase the immune system, to detoxify, help detoxify if they have some sort of a wound or infection, or just for overall balance, or if they're sick. So anyway, I'm going to get started. Ideally, you would want to have someone hold on to your horse or ground tie them so that they can move around and they don't feel confined. But he's pretty laid back. So anyway, the first oil I'm going to use is oregano, and I'm just going to drop it along the spine. Actually, let me back up. Before I start putting the oils along the spine, I'm going to take a blend called Valor, and I'm going to put it on my hands, maybe 6 or 7 drops or so, and then I'm going to put it on his withers. And I'm just going to hold it here, and I'm going to balance his energy. And what you would do is just kind of hold it here until you feel kind of a consistent pulse back and forth, and intensity of the pulse back and forth. And so you just hold it, and it may take 2 minutes, it may take 10 or 15 minutes, but you would just hold it there. And in the interest of time, I'm going to continue to go. I would take Valor again, and I would put it on both sides of the hip and do the same thing. Balance him back here, the energy back here. And again, hold it until you feel, the pulse is synchronized with the same rate and intensity. So after you do that, then you take the series of oils and go along the spine. So the first is oregano. I'm just going to drop about 8 drops all the way down to the tail, down the spine. And then you're just going to kind of stroke it with the back of your fingernails. It's called a feather stroke. But you're just going to kind of stroke it along the spine, 3-4 times. I'll do 3 times here. And then you're just going to kind of go out to the side with the backs of your fingernails again and get that in there. Now I'll go to the next oil, which is thyme, and do the same thing. And again, I'm just doing kind of a light stroke like that with the backs of my fingernails. So I'll do that. On down 3 times. And then I'm just going to kind of feather off to the sides. Now some of these oils are hot. Oregano and thyme are hot oils, as peppermint. So you're going to want to watch your horse. And what I would do is go through the rest of the oils along his spine. And I'm going to take a base oil, just a plain, like a vegetable oil, olive oil if you don't have something, massage oil. And I'm going to put that along the spine because, like I said, some of these oils can be warm, hot. And so this is going to help dilute the oil. And what I'm going to do is kind of blend it in there. And I'm going to go along the side with the tips of my fingers, both sides of the spinal cord. And I'm just going to kind of massage in, and I'm just going to focus on kind of pulling the muscle like down and away from the spine, all the way down. You may notice, different reactions from them. They might lick and chew, they might snort, they might drop their head. This is after I put all the oils on, all that series. And I would go 3 times on this side and 3 times on the other side. So that's the back part of it.